7th, the last day of our Gatehouse Transforming Trauma Conference. I am super happy to be here with Lucie Bruneau, who is the program manager of Strength Found, a program offered by Voice Found. Their website is voicefound.ca. I'm going to pass it on to Lucie, who's going to talk to us about the program, some of the successes they've been seeing, and any other updates that she wants to share, especially how to get involved with their organization as well out in Ottawa. Thank you so much, Lucie, for being here. I look forward to hearing your discussion. Everyone, part of this presentation will also be offered in French, as Lucie is bilingual.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Maria and the Gatehouse for the opportunity to speak about our new program at Voice Found. I think for me, this is going to be a wonderful discussion because I'm so passionate about peer support, and to have the opportunity to be leading this wonderful new program is so powerful. So my name is Lucie Bruneau. I am the program manager of the new program, Strength Found. I am also a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and a trained peer supporter. So my first language is French, but I would like to do this presentation in the English, and then I will do a quick overview in French afterwards, because I do, as a bilingual person, I know that it can be very challenging listening to a presentation going back and forth, and it can be very annoying. So I decided to do it this way. So just to go back a little bit about Strength Found and how it was created. So Cynthia Bland, the founder of Voice Found, had a vision and a dream, and it was to offer survivors a safe place for them to heal from the devastating consequences of child sexual abuse and commercial sexual exploitation of children. So Cynthia had heard about the Gatehouse and had met some people, some survivors at the Gatehouse, and I was so impressed how successful the program was, that she knew that this was the program that she would like to model. So once funding was secured, Cynthia reached out to you, the Gatehouse, and for guidance. And so we are so very grateful for you, the Gatehouse, for your generosity in sharing your program that was developed that you had developed, and all the flexibility. Because boy, what a year it was with, once the program was founded and everything else, and we started to launch the program, COVID started. And we had all our training ready to happen, and you were coming down to train our new volunteers and the facilitators for the program, and everything came down to a shutdown. So we had to wait quite a long time, quite a few months for that to happen. And boy, you were very, very flexible in doing the training finally via Zoom, which is very extensive. And it wasn't easy, but boy, it was great. It was really wonderful. It was a wonderful. And we're also very grateful for our growing relationship and your ongoing support. And we look forward to growing and nurturing our relationship, since we complement each other so well with our different services and our different strengths. So we did a survey of our survivors, and this validated our vision in the groups and of what we wanted to do in the program that we wanted to build. We got to understand what their needs were. And also the other thing was, we also wanted the survivors to name the program, because at first we didn't have a name. We just knew that it was going to be a program for adult survivors. So that's how the name Strength Found came up. And for me, this is a very appropriate name. As a survivor, you need to find the strength in order to move ahead and to heal. So we'll discuss a little bit about the work that we do and how it's presented and offered and all that. So the program Strength Found is all peer-led, and it's volunteers that are the facilitators of all the work that we do. And they are trained, and they do follow the values and the guidelines of Peer Support Canada. And our volunteer recruiting is ongoing, as always, because volunteers are very, very precious. And here's your chance. If anybody's out there wanting to do something to make a difference, here's your opportunity in making a difference. Please do reach out to me. I will give you, once again, contact information at the end. So all of our services and our supports at Strength Found trauma informed. So, and we welcome all people of all gender identities, and programs are all provided at no cost to participants. Our different supports are offered in both English and in French. And at this time, our groups are bilingual, but they're not divided by the spoken language. We do make sure that there's a facilitator present at all times that is bilingual to help any participant in their sharing, because with trauma and having to share such painful memories or painful feelings that you're having, it's very important for one to have the opportunity to share in their mother tongue. This is for us, this is something, and myself as a Francophone also, I find a huge difference, and that's very important. But as I said, they are offered bilingual, but the documentation at this point has not been translated, but there's always someone there to translate everything. So in order to become a participant, you must be an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and you must be 18 years of age. Now, how to become a participant? So you would apply online to fill out a registration, or we can be reached at our phone number that we will provide at the end. And I can also gladly fill out a registration with you, because I understand that it does take a great deal of courage to reach out. Not everyone is comfortable in filling out forms online either. So that's something that I just want you to know, that we're there to help you and guide you through this process. Strength Found offers very multiple different types of supports. So there is the main one, which is the one-to-one peer support. So these are private sessions, and right now, unfortunately, because of COVID, they are virtual only. So they're by telephone. I can also do them by Zoom if people would like to do that, but right now they're being done by telephone. And these private sessions, the one-on-one support is very important to help people participants that are a little bit more challenged. Their stress level is too high right now, and they just need that additional support. It is a wonderful program. It's short term, but I'd like to say that it's a certain amount of sessions, but everybody's needs are so different that I like to respect their different needs. And that in these sessions, we discuss their needs. If they need resources, we will look for different things like a doctor. If they need counseling, medical doctor. I have done all sorts of resources for clients. I've gotten slow cookers. I've done everything. It's like there's no limit to what I will do. Whatever your needs are, I will try to find it. It, and also we work with SMART goals, because sometimes we're just stuck in a place and unable to reach out. Sometimes a participant isn't quite ready yet to jump into the program, and they just need that little bit of hand-holding prior and getting to be comfortable and building a relationship. And this is what the one-on-one will help them through. Sometimes they feel comfortable enough that they will go ahead and proceed with the program, with the 15-week program. The other thing that we've done, and this is quite of interesting, because COVID happened, it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise. We couldn't start the program right away. So we had our participants ready to start the program. Unfortunately, we couldn't get things going because we had to wait for our training and etc. and figure out how we were going to proceed with this, with the support. So I was doing one-on-one support with the clients. And then it came to me that I should probably try doing just a drop-in online support group, just to see how how it would feel for them for the participants to get to know each other. So we started that as a trial this summer as we were on hold, and it was really wonderful to see how quickly they became a little community. All the participants together became this wonderful little community, getting to know each other online like that, even before having a chance to meet each other. It became a bi-weekly thing. And by the time the program started, the 15-week program started, they had already established a wonderful rapport and relationship between themselves, so that once their 15-week program started, there wasn't this shyness and having to build a confidence and trust in facing someone. So they basically knew each other's stories. They felt really well between each other. So it was really, really powerful. Um, and, and then after that, we were able to start the actual 15-week program. This program is the program that I was discussing earlier that the Gatehouse has so kindly shared with us. And this is a wonderful program that is so healing and so powerful. And, and now that I've seen it, because right now our participants are 2/3 through the program, and the the difference in what their reactions, their behaviors, and everything is so beautiful. I'm every week that we meet each other, I'm impressed with something new, the new growth and everything else. But you know that, Maria, you see it. You've been seeing it for years. So, anyways, it's I'm very, very impressed with it. So this program offers a different topic each week, and the work is very self-reflective, and it's very self-determined. So a client must be wanting and willing to do the work in order to go ahead and heal and grow. It's there is a pace, but we do encourage their own pace also. And not everyone is able to, follow through the program. And I'm just saying that so that if anyone ever felt like they were not 100%, that the program is never a finished done deal. So if something happened for medical or work related or anything like that, that they could always join the program again. And that's something I know that is very relieving for many participants, because life happens. And right now we're living in such uncertain times that committing to anything can be challenging. So that's that. The other, on top of that, just to go back, so there's the 15-week program, the bi-weekly, and the one-on-one. On top of that, what we do also is we understand the isolation that participants feel. And not, this is even prior to COVID. There's a great deal of isolation as survivors because they feel alone. They don't, it's not something that they can openly share. They've isolated themselves with this secret. So one of the biggest goals of Strength Found is to help them build a new community and to help them um, be social again. And one way of doing that we've just found really, really helpful was having social activities. And within our group this summer, the bi-weekly support group, the participants were wanting to see each other because they were so isolated because of COVID. And summertime was a perfect time for everybody to meet. So we organized a COVID safe catered picnic at a beautiful park here in Ottawa, so that the participants had a chance to meet each other in a safe environment. And it was really wonderful. And these social activities like that we are planning, which are limited right now because of COVID, is an opportunity for them to be together, but just to be present with each other. It's not about talking about what they're going through or anything like that, but just re-entering society uh, in a different way, with a new lens, which is very, very important. Along with the social activities that we offer workshops, and these workshops are really geared to their needs, because different groups and different participants will have different needs. Some of them are very common. They have common needs and that, but others are it's very interesting to see, like the group that we just were working with. I had no idea I had so many photographers, like people that were really enthusiasts about photography. And in one session, everybody ended up talking about photography and taking over the meeting about photography. And at that point, I said, I think we need a photography workshop. So, which is wonderful. So we created this wonderful workshop, and it was a really a wonderful evening. So it's things like that, it's workshops like that. Others are more relaxed workshops like empower embroidery, more educational ones like financial literacy, mindfulness, journaling, which is something that is a part of the program itself. There's a lot of journaling in the 15-week program, and journaling in a healthy way. So there's a person that I've known for years, a very dear mentor, who is actually an editor, and she will be presenting a wonderful workshop on how to do journaling for healthy journaling. So that things like that, different types of program, and they will change. They will change depending on the needs of the participants. One of my personal goals for next year is to have a communal garden. I would love to have a wonderful big community garden. We have wonderful areas here all throughout Ottawa where you can rent a big lot and you can build your garden. And that's a goal for myself, that to do that next year. Hopefully it will be able to come into fruition, but it seems to be a very big thing. Everybody's learned a lot this year about gardening. So here we go. It's happening. It's a wonderful thing. Another thing that we did with our social events, is we had a virtual campfire this summer, and we had a special guest, Sean McCann, who did a wonderful presentation, and it helped us launch the program. So it was a wonderful chance, and it also a chance for our survivors to receive his book, a personalized copy of his book, One Good Reason, a memoir that was written by him and his wife, because Sean McCann is also a survivor himself. So it was a wonderful evening of music and campfire. Now, because it was virtual, so for our participants, what we did is we built little virtual campfire kits for them and delivered them all to them. So they had their little kits to build their little s'mores and everything with a candle, matches, and everything. It was really quite a wonderful evening. So they could be sitting in the comfort of their home, enjoying the music and the storytelling and everything. So within this program, we like to help our participants discover their strengths. And this is a very hopeful program. This is a program built on hope and recovery. And this is something that we accentuate a great deal. The recognition of their strength and understanding how powerful they are, and that they do, participants do know what their needs are, but sometimes they've been so traumatized that they don't know how to release that knowledge and this is how with Strength Found we help in guiding them with that, holding their hands, supporting them, reminding them how resilient they are, how strong they are, and how hopeful it is with them. And we try to help them understand that the healing process and the recovery process, and that it is not something that is linear. Because I know we all would like to think that it just one day it all opens up, the floodgates open, the unicorns and everything, and the butterflies and the rainbows and the music and the angels singing. But unfortunately, recovery isn't like that, and healing isn't like that. It's a very, it is a difficult process, but it is so rewarding, so very rewarding. And I see it, as I said earlier, I see it weekly with our members. We've had some wonderful success stories, even though the program isn't finished. And this is something that I'm so proud of when I see them and I speak with them. One great example is, as survivors, it's very challenging. Employment is very, very challenging. And out of 5 of our participants that were actively seeking employment, 4 have found employment in their field. So for me, that was like, this is their doing, but how empowering it is. And the ripple effect, it is really so very powerful also within this little community of participants, is that when one gets an employment, there's a ripple effect, and it's like everybody's so happy and so proud and supporting and raising each other. And then the next one gets a job, and it's like, oh my God, we've got a flow going here. This is wonderful. And then the next one and the next one. It's so wonderful to see that every week when something happens, and even when we celebrate each other's successes and challenges, because there's challenges also. Things will happen in everyone's life, but we're all there to hold a safe place for them and to keep them in a wonderful, loving, safe place for them to heal and understand that it's okay. This week was a bad week. It's okay. Next week will be different. Um, so our participants are feeling more confident. They're learning to belong again, to understand their self-worth. Through their hard work, they can recognize and understand the damage that was done and how to heal from it. And we really do see the changes in our participants. And the results are really, 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 truly amazing to witness. Finally, they have been heard and validated. So I would like to share with you some quotes that I have received from the participants. Here they are. I have been in therapy for over 30 years. I have never felt as connected as I do now. I have hope now that I will get past this. I feel so blessed to be so well surrounded. It's official. I'm a completely different person. I wouldn't be here without you. You were my first step. It's working. I am going to be okay. I am so grateful for you, and you are making a difference in my life. Another wonderful one is, people have noticed how different I am now. And this is my highlight. I look so forward to coming and being with everyone. So as they're going through their program, the women, I can see the uh, the need to keep the contact. And this is how we've now changed that we will continue with them, even when they've completed their phase 1, their 15-week program, that in order for them to keep their little community going and building, that we will have a monthly survivor group. So as the different cohorts finish through, that there's always this one group that they can go to. Hopefully we'll be in person one day, but at this point at this point we are in between. We're still, one thing that we have done that is different in our support group, that the weekly meetings, is that we've done a hybrid version of it. Our offices permit us to receive some participants, and it is, of course, maintaining a safe distance, a mask, everything as the, COVID-19 protocols call for. And this also we do it at the same time with a big screen in the room so that our other participants are on Zoom. And this is wonderful and it works really well. Of course, we weren't sure this all try. Everything's new. This whole COVID thing is teaching us so much to just be very flexible. Just bend with whatever happens. You go from plan A to plan B to plan C to plan D. We just keep going, you know. And this virtual, this hybrid meeting has been really wonderful for us. Even the workshops are operating on that mode also in hybrid mode. So it's a wonderful thing. And it's also helpful so that if a participant that has been coming in person is feeling unwell, it's wonderful to know that she's not going to miss her weekly session, that she can just jump onto the Zoom meeting, and it works out really, really well. So on to our male survivors. We're always looking to engage more male survivors. We are supporting presently a few male survivors, and we understand that it is more difficult for males to share. And we just want to put it out there that we are accepting registration for the program that will be starting in the new year. My volunteers and I have just completed a 3-day training in male sexual trauma and recovery. And I have to tell you, it was a very, very powerful training. And I'm really, really glad. As a female survivor, I know that I process things differently than a male. And I was really, really thankful for the opportunity to learn the difference in, you know, how male and females interact and process trauma, and sharing, or as in males, having a more challenging sharing and reaching out for help. And that's the one thing. So for anyone wanting for more information, wanting to register, doing an intake. So if anybody wanted to become a participant and all that, all they would have to do is reach out to me, either at info@voicefound.ca or at lucie@voicefound.ca. And I will gladly guide them through the intake and registration. So with that, I will talk in French now. Just a quick, how's our time? I have 15 minutes. Okay, wonderful. Any questions? Any comments?
Yeah, let's open it up to the chat box if anybody wants to ask Lucie a question before she proceeds. And I don't see any on social media.
Okay. So what I'll do is, while you're waiting to see if there's any questions or any comments or anything like that, I'll just talk a little bit in French. Okay. Okay. Bonjour à tous. Il me fait grand plaisir d'être ici avec vous tous et puis de présenter le programme Strength Found de Voice Found. Ceci est un programme pour les survivants et survivantes adultes de l'abus sexuel dans l'enfance. C'est un programme de soutien qui est offert par Strength Found, qui est un programme pour adultes, pour tout adulte dès l'âge de 18 ans qui aurait souffert d'abus sexuels pendant l'enfance. Alors, ceci est un programme avec différentes formes de soutien. Le programme de base est un programme de 15 semaines qui est destiné aux adultes survivants pour les aider à guérir et se remettre de l'abus sexuel dans l'enfance. Grâce à des discussions animées, les participants et participantes apprendront à connaître l'impact de l'abus sexuel dans l'enfance et recevront des outils pour développer et améliorer les capacités d'adaptation positive. Alors, durant ces semaines du programme, nous explorons différents sujets à différents thèmes. Alors, exemple déclencheur, comment sortir de l'isolement pour s'intégrer à la société, la colère. On va faire la grande discussion de l'enfant intérieur, comment rétablir des limites saines, la sexualité, la perte du deuil, les dépendances, les flashbacks et les techniques, comment se ressaisir. Nous avons certaines, évidemment, conditions de participation dont je viens juste de parler. Vous devez être âgé de 18 ans ou plus et pour participer au programme et avoir des antécédents d'abus sexuels dans l'enfance. Nous avons aussi des programmes, nous avons 2 programmes, un pour les hommes et un pour les femmes. Nous avons aussi un groupe de soutien qui est par semaine, qui est à chaque 2 semaines, qui est juste un groupe de soutien qui est par Zoom, évidemment, à cause du COVID. Nous devons suivre les protocoles de la ville. Alors, les programmes sont via Zoom, sont virtuels. On a aussi le soutien par les pairs, un à un, qui est un soutien plus intensif. C'est un soutien individualisé et personnel. Et celui-ci est offert pour aider à renforcer la résilience et à réduire votre stress. Nous avons les groupes de soutien, nous avons le groupe de 15 semaines. Nous avons aussi des ateliers que nous présentons pour les participants, des ateliers et des sorties sociales. N'importe qui voudrait recevoir plus d'informations sur ces programmes, s'il vous plaît, n'hésitez pas à me communiquer avec moi par courriel à lucie@voicefound.ca ou à info@voicefound.ca. Merci bien. Hi.
Thank you so much, Lucie, for sharing your voice with us today and sharing about all the wonderful successes that Voice Found has seen over the past 7 months with initiating this program.
Nice.
There's definite synergies between our organizations and being peer support organizations supporting survivors of childhood sexual abuse. I had a question about geographical locations. Are there restrictions in terms of boundaries? Like we're all on Zoom for the most part now. Are you serving primarily clients in Ottawa, or can you extend beyond?
Oh, we extend beyond. We do extend beyond. I will support everyone. I've received requests from all over North America. So of course, I cannot support anyone outside of Canada. Of course, we do the major region of Ottawa area. So there's Lanark County, Prescott, Russell, like we'll do all the greater, or what they used to call the Champlain-Lynn, I guess it would be a good way to describe it. You know how but now the Lynn's have all been disintegrated and they're all different sections, but that would be the best way. So we do, for the actual program, the 15-week program, that is limiting to do this. I know we do it online and we are open to doing it. But when they get closer to your part of the world, into Toronto, we direct them to you in Toronto, in the Toronto area. So, but yes, no, but I will support, and always everyone is respond. I respond to everyone in Canada and reach for resources for them. Sometimes they need if they don't necessarily want to do a 15-week program. So anyone who just wants to have support, I will gladly do that for anyone. We are open to everyone to support them.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Lucie. I just wanted to open it up to comments and questions from the attendees. We have about 24 people in the session at this time. If anyone has any questions or comments, even comments of gratitude are always welcome. Like I said yesterday, let's spread some really good energy out to the planet. It's much needed.
Oh, yes. It's so wonderful when we have that. It's so powerful.
I was saying earlier in the session today, we had the Toronto Star Santa Claus Fund volunteers deliver 25 boxes that will be handed out to the children. Oh, beautiful. Nice to see support in Ottawa now being from Ottawa. Thank you from our volunteer, Stuart. He's one of
nice. Wonderful. Yeah, and does Stuart miss Ottawa? Not in winter.
I do. I was really looking forward to going out there in March. Actually, it was a few days before the lockdown. We had our flights scheduled, and yeah, he says he does. He
Oh,
misses Ottawa very much.
oh, oh, I know in March it came so close. It was literally a weekend. That was
Yeah,
it, like the Friday. I remember the Friday because we were still accepting, we were still, yeah, people were saying, are you still on? Of course we're on. I'm on. Of
of
course.
course we're on.
Maria's in on. Of course Maria's on. Maria, we're on. Of course we're on. And then it came, no, we're not.
We're on in a new way.
Yeah, in a new way. Yeah, but I know it's been very very challenging and all that with the COVID, but it also has allowed us, I think, to really take a step back and really breathe and pause. And I know there's a lot of talk about gratitude, and sometimes people are, a little tired of talking about gratitude, but I think there's wonderful things that I've seen throughout this whole time is I have never seen so many families together. I've lived it where I'm live now in my and working from home is another good thing too. But in the neighborhood that I've been in, it's been 30 something years. I I know I have a lot of families that live in the neighborhood. I have never seen so many fathers out with their children every day, and it's so beautiful to see that. The whole park, everything has just come alive. Uh, everything, yeah, and relationships and friendships and bonds. We re-examine when we're pause and we take a moment and we pause and reevaluate everything. We see what our needs are, and how fortunate we are.
What a beautiful message to end off the session. So, for anybody who's out there watching on social media, take a moment to pause and observe what's going on in your surroundings and how do you just breathe and make your day a whole lot better. Thank you so much, Lucie, for making my day a whole
Thank you.
lot better by spending time
Thank
with
you.
us today. We super
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. I'm looking forward to our next discussion at some point in the near future. Again, to celebrate all the successes that you've been achieving out there and keep helping people. Thank you so much, Lucie, for being who you
Thank
are.
you.
And thank you,
Thank
everyone,
you.
for being here today. And you can catch us on social media. Both organizations are charities, so please donate to thegatehouse.org, donate to voicefound.ca. Both charities are helping survivors of sexual abuse. Have a safe
Thank
and
you.
wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you so much.